So when people come to me, it's like, whoa, Helen's like spiritual jack of all trades. You does everything. Like what you doesn't do, right? And then, I would say that, you know what? It's a soul remembrance. I just remember that I've been doing this work for many, many lifetimes. This is not my first time of doing it. I'm good at it. It's not because I do it. This is a newbie that I'm doing this. It's because I've been walking this path for so many lifetimes. Just like I pick up flamenco dancing because I remember my past life as a gypsy.
Goddess Helen, welcome to the Spiritual Hustler podcast. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you for hosting me, Goddess Jazz.
I receive.
Me too.
I have so many questions for you. There's such a dynamism to your work. It's unlike anything I have ever seen. And we are going to get into all of the things. But I want to start with my first question that I ask every guest, which is, what are you spiritually hustling for right now, Helen?
I would say that on a soul level, my mission is really to help as many souls to awaken to their light as possible. That's my mission. And on a personal level, I would say that I am spiritually hustling for inner peace and sacred beauty.
Woo! Tell me more about sacred beauty. What does that mean to you?
So beauty not only mean to me aesthetically, of course, I love color, that's for sure. But also, I think it's a portal. It's an energy portal for us to get closer to the divine. That's how I felt of what sacred beauty is.
We're going to unpack all of this today, Helen, because your work is so dynamic. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. But I want to go back and really understand how you arrived here. I mean, you are a painter and you were a flamenco dancer and you are now an author and a healer, and you have really amalgamated your career as this, like, what I would call a multi-hyphenate into this one-of-a-kind path. But what was the turning point for you that really led you to be a teacher of color?
I will go back to 2011. That's my wake-up call. So 14 years ago, I was living in my parents' expectations and what society said success or happiness looks like. So I was studying all the way to my PhD degree, almost graduating, always an A student. And then I just happen to have self-knowing Sagittarius, so I'm really good at studying. Just side note. So until I go all the way, almost graduating, got engaged with my current husband. So from the outside world, my life should look perfect. So I thought that's what happiness is because that's what I taught, So I was really plugging the 3D matrix. However, I wasn't. I got really deeply and anxious and also suffer from depression. And a ER visit in 2011, panic attack.
Wow.
That was like my real wake-up call. Hey, sister, you better really look at your life now. And I began to ask 3 really deep questions. Who am I? Why am I here? And how can I truly be happy? That's the beginning of a deep self-healing and self-discovery journey. That was 2011. And my first stop was at the time I live in Philadelphia, and there was a oldest yoga studio called Yoga on Main. I still remember them. And actually I mentioned my teachers in the book, Shiva Das and Ed Zello. Those are my first yoga and meditation teachers. I remember the first group meditation, I was sobbing like a baby in front of a bunch of strangers.
Wow.
But I knew that something bigger was holding me the whole time. Now, I did not grow up religious in any way. So for me, like if 10 years ago you asked me, I believe in angels, I would say that they don't exist. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
So for me, it was like, I feel so supported, loved unconditionally, no matter what I did. And so I just love that yummy space. 3 months after my daily meditation, I just love meditation even more than yoga at that point because I love that yummy space to go back to. I was off any anxiety and depression medication.
From meditation alone?
Correct. Just meditation alone. 20 minutes a day, and it's not that long. Like I just keep doing it 20 minutes a day. And I go to the yoga studio for my yoga and meditation teacher training.
Wow.
So once or twice a week. That's it. 3 months. No more mat. And I'm like, wow, okay, this is awesome.
Right, totally. For lack of
Yeah,
a better term. What kind of
exactly.
meditation were you doing in 20 minutes? Was it TM? Was it a specific mantra practice or just getting into silence?
It's really getting into silence. He combined with some mantra meditation, but it's not really a TM. I would say he studied from ashrams in India, so it's the Hatha yoga tradition.
Yep.
It's really just to quiet the mind. It's not a specific rigid, meditation, and I just love it. And I tend to like to combine with some mantra because I have a blue aura wound. So public speaking or like now we're having a conversation like this does not come natural to me.
Really?
Yes.
I would never guess that about you.
I know. I'm generally an outgoing person,
Yes.
but I wouldn't say that I am like a natural public speaker. Let me put it that
Mhm.
way. It's a trained muscle that I had to learn to get to this point because I was born with a lot of strep throat, nose bleeding, and
Interesting.
I literally came into this world and also born and raised in China
Mm.
as a female, re- repressed pretty, pretty harsh. I need to comply most of my childhood. So actually talking out like authentically or really what mean to me, it took me a while to get here.
Yes.
So that's why mantra actually works really well for me. But yeah, I just did. It's pretty much sitting in silence. I think we were there was some background music like sophistical frequency music was playing, and I just love his energy. I wish Ed Zello is still here. He passed. Yeah, so that was my first experience. So from then on, I just keep meditating every single day because that was so sweet. Till this day, 14 years, nonstop.
Seriously.
Seriously, every single day, 20 minutes a day, never stop. There were some hard days
Sure.
that I have to, because life gets crazy. And
Yeah.
those days I take like 5 deep breaths and then I'm like, okay, today it's hard. That's my spiritual practice today. But what that's led me, it's in 2018. So 7 years into this daily meditation, I had my first Kundalini awakening and it was spontaneous. Now I learned about it on the textbooks,
Sure.
but you will never know how surreal it is, the full body sensation. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Did this happen in a meditation? Just a
Yes,
one day in the 20-minute meditation, you had a Kundalini awakening.
correct.
Okay, explain what that was like.
Wow, that's wild. I want to run, I don't know, 50 miles per hour, like for 1,000 miles. I don't want to, like, my body was shaking and I feel a lot of energy. Like, first of all, I feel the energy is from the base of the spine, always
Yep.
shoots up the crown. And my third eye was wide open. I seen a lot of things I wasn't able to see before, including those spirit guys that I said that they did not exist before. Because when I get into meditation, I really want to just heal myself. I did not think of any like spiritual awakening or anything like that. I just want to be like calm and be present every single day and heal my anxiety and depression. And then that just dawned on me one day. All of a sudden, everything opened up. I see clearly. Like I have a lot of clarity. Like I see the quantum field. And I knew time is an illusion. It's not linear. It's like everything is stacked up. There were different versions of you at the same time. Like you can access them, whichever it depends on your own vibration. It was like all of a sudden I knew the truth. That's like I cannot go back from there anymore. That was 2018. It was real wild. And physically, I was pretty much shaking. And at the time, I was doing my crystal certification, crystal healing certification. I told my teacher, I DM my teacher, Ashley Levy. I said that, well, my third eye is crazily open because we talk about it in the class, but I didn't know that it will happen in real life. I did not prepare for that. I said, what do I do? Like, am I normal? I mean, like, it's real emergency, like psychic emergency. And she said, put a black tourmaline on your third eye, ground. Like, you need to ground a lot, like I was running bare feet on Mother Earth. There was a park in our neighborhood. I literally was hugging trees,
Yes,
you know, like
100%.
bare feet.
Beautiful.
But that's what changed my life trajectory forever.
I have the full body chills. So many questions, and we're going to go
Okay.
there.
Okay.
But I just want to say, as somebody that has been on the spiritual journey myself for long decades, and I've had my own access points to multidimensions and have connected to my third eye. And I have typically worked, I do meditation myself and worked with shamans and plant medicine
Yes.
and
Yeah.
breath work. And what I love about this is that it came through simple stillness
Yeah.
and meditation and practice. 7 years sitting on your meditation mat, being in your own energy, for that to unlock is such a mirror of what is available and possible when we commit to going within. You don't have to travel to the jungle and do ayahuasca to access this level of awareness.
I love that. I love that you pointed that out.
Yeah.
Jess. I totally agree, because it was really a simple practice that I go
Right.
to day in and out. And in like there is a minute it feels like brushing teeth for me. So it's like if you brush your teeth, you take care of your hygiene, you shower, you brush your teeth, you take care of that hygiene. You also need to take care of your spiritual hygiene, right? So
Amen.
I literally just want, to be honest, my intention was very simple. I just wanted to be insane, not
Yes.
insanity every
Right.
single day, so that, I can get through the day in a peaceful way. And yeah, I didn't, at the time, now I thought about it, in retrospect.
Right.
If I had make an intention at the beginning of my meditation journey that I actually want to connect with the quantum field, I actually have the intention to connect with my spirit teams, I think that will come even faster.
Yes. Love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful advice.
At the beginning, I wasn't aware of that's
Sure.
available for me. But if you actually make that intention and trust, because I did not know, what I knew before. Now, I would highly recommend, if you actually want to access that, you can just set it as an intention. Do that meditation, and I'm sure it will come much faster.
I could not agree more. The power of intention is real.
Yes.
It's so real. We are more powerful than we recognize. We are sovereign beings, and we can channel and attune to what we want to call in and experience in our lives in our highest desires and manifestations. And so powerful, powerful sentiment around that connection, because you didn't know what you didn't know, but now you
Yes.
do know.
Yes.
So 2018,
Mhm.
you have this Kundalini awakening, and that's when shit got real.
Yes. I love that. That's when shit got
That's
real.
when
Yeah.
shit got real.
Yeah.
And talk us through what happened next, because I want to take us up to present day
Okay.
and talk about your work,
Yes.
because it is quantum, your work.
Thank you.
But 2018, the doors blew open.
Right.
The multidimensional access came online.
Yes.
And then what?
Okay. So in that 7 years of doing the spiritual healing and meditation journey, I switched my career into interior architecture and design. So that's what I really wanted to be as a girl. I wanted to become an architect, but I didn't get a chance, because growing up there wasn't a choice. So I went back to school, did my master's degree so that I can become a licensed architect, working at the beginning, working a corporate. That's my transition to become doing something more creative.
Mhm.
So that was parallel with, my spiritual practice. And then when my third eye was wide open, I'm like, wow, okay. And then I transitioned from a professional standpoint, I transitioned back into feng shui, into design, because I'm a third generation feng shui master. Like my father was the second, and my grandmother, and I was living and breathing this since I was a kid. How can I forgot this root, right? To begin with. So I go back to my root, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to call myself an interior designer. I'm going to open up my own business. And guess what? The universe answered. So like, oh, sister, you're finally doing what your soul is born here to do. You remember that you are an artist. You are not, some researcher or whatever. Like, whatever I was.
Right.
So then my first client sold up even before I signed, all the paperwork to to
Start a
form your
business.
MMs. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a while, right?
Yeah.
I just went to an event. I show up to the room and say that I'm an interior designer. I do feng shui. And then there is a client, a Brazilian lady, I still remember in Philadelphia, have a wedding gown showroom boutique. He has said that, oh, Helen, I really resonate with your energy. Let's talk. And
Wow.
I haven't had my business card yet, huh? So I'm just telling them I'm a feng shui interior designer. $2,500 check. I still keep that
Oh
because
my
that
God.
was
Of
my
course you do.
yeah. So that happened before 2018, but that was like my first
Mm.
testimonial of when you show up fully as who you truly are, the universe answered. So I was running that business, had this Kundalini awakening, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to incorporate more energy work into feng shui. So I began to do crystal grid
Wow.
because of my crystal healing certification. So I create crystal grid that's super high vibe, and I did personalized readings for my clients. And I tell them, okay, here are your 4 love, abundance, spiritual growth, health direction. And let's put these 4 crystal grids and custom surface pattern design, like custom design for your home. And I feel the vibration is instantly lifted.
Yes.
And I still remember I custom designed a peacock, like a pink peacock wallpaper for one of my clients because she was attracting love, like the soulmate at the time. Oh my gosh, within 3 months, they got married.
Stop it.
Yes.
She was single?
Yes.
That's
I'm
amazing.
like, wow, this is really works.
works.
Yeah, because now I can see the energy and how color, light, artwork. That's what I mean by sacred beauty. Right? You're vibrating with the room. That's energy of a space.
Absolutely.
Same with plants and animals, and of course, I'm able to tune into people's aura or what I call soul aura specifically, because your mood aura can change all the time. Your mood aura is around your face. And when people say that, look at his face is turning red, you kind of know is either this person's angry or she's shy, right? Like,
Right.
oh, it's like you intuitively pick it up.
Right.
And that changes all the time. And also there's a personality aura that's around your head. And that tells me, are you outgoing person, introvert, are you a analytical person, intuitive person? Now that's semi-permanent because kids shifted a little bit more than adults. And then the last one in my book I talk about is your soul aura. And that's around your heart chakra because that's where your soul incarnated.
Right.
That's the most permanent of the 3. So it tells me your gifts, because those are the aura layers that's stronger and more vibrating, comes forward. And then your soul wound, so the wound that you haven't healed from your past life, that's like subside a little bit in the background.
Wow.
And there were some lessons. Now those are neither really strong nor really dim. Those are kind of like in between. They are like the moderate. And that's when this system that comes alive. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Because what is energy? Energy is just information that vibrates,
Mhm.
right? So information that vibrates, and your soul aura tells me 3 pieces of information about your soul, which answers those 3 questions. I had my spiritual, wake up call. Who am I? Why am I here? How can I truly be happy? So those information, I find it super, super helpful. And after 4 like mythical experience, that's kind of like subsequent to it, the aura color wheel system was birthed. And then I'm like, okay, so now I know I'm going to transition into the author or spiritual teacher,
Mm.
of me. Now, because every time when I show up in my soul's nudge, the universe always answers. So then this time I fully trusted. I didn't even doubt a thing because I've been texted so many times it worked. So I'm like, okay, so I guess it's time for me to channel the book, isn't it? And then they said that, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so then you're gonna help me publish it, right? And then it worked because you guess what? Like I got the book contract without finding a book agent.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, like when it's time, when the system was fully flushed out and my spirit team think it's good enough, I all of a sudden receive an email from Hay House in my inbox.
Stop it.
Yes.
They sought you out? Like,
yeah, no, they did. They just said that we have a writers community, or like for people who are interested in writing with us, you can submit a book proposal for a competition to win a contract. I didn't even have a whim of doubt. This is a sign. And of course, I submitted, and not from ego standpoint, because I knew that this work is going to help others. And of course, I won the contract.
Okay, high five. It's such an amazing story. I have so many many questions.
So, okay.
Holy shit. I did not know that about this book.
Now
and
you know.
Now I know. Now everybody knows.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to color. And
okay,
can you see, like when you're looking at somebody, you can see someone's color aura, their personality, what's above their head, their heart. You can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
Can you see it right now in me?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What, can you tell me what my colors are?
Okay.
And
yeah,
break it down?
I only will do this when the other person is
invites you.
Yeah, invites me. Yeah,
Correct.
Exactly. I don't do that like voluntarily.
But do you like, before you do me, do you like walk down the street and like to yourself, like see aura around people?
Yes, I'm able to, but I learned to turn it on and off now. At the beginning, when I just had that Kundalini awakening, I can't. Like the whole world is so colorful.
I bet it was super overwhelming.
Oh yeah. That's why I wanted to run like 50 miles. I'm like, what's going on with me? Am I going nuts, right?
No, I've had my own Kundalini awakening, and it's no joke. It like takes you.
I was shaking,
Of course.
And then I trained myself, of course. I work with a lot of spiritual teacher afterwards to kind of tone this down.
Yes.
And now I learned to control it in super public areas. I just command it to be closed. Otherwise, I get overwhelmed myself.
I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you see?
So you are embodying 3 soul gift archetypes simultaneously right now.
I am?
Yes. For people who walk the spiritual path for a long time, I can tell they have more aura, like more light in their light body. That's naturally, right? So the more light layer, or the more, strong aura layers we have more soul gift archetypes. So you are now embodying both visionary, actually 3, visionary, teacher, and healer.
Wow.
As well as entrepreneur, actually.
There's a color for that?
Yes, there were color for that. So I see more towards the green and blue spectrum, sapphire, violet, and turquoise. So in that spectrum, so just so you know, aura colors are a spectrum of light. So it's not just one static, solid coloring. When I see people have more blue, green, violet, so like the cooler spectrum of light, and those are all like from the heart chakra up.
Yeah.
So typically those are beings, who are starseeds, who have been, in other planets for many, many lifetimes and came down to planet Earth. Now, on the opposite, because it's a color wheel, intuitively know if you have more of the higher chakras energy, intuitively that you have less red, orange,
yellow.
You do have a little bit of yellow mixed in, yellow green. That's like a J color. That's there, because I think you've worked on your self-worth, self-empowerment. You put a lot of work on that.
I sure have
already.
Yes.
So that's why that's also like up on the game. So the less the dimmer colors, I would say, is the red and orange. They have less, but it's not like you don't have any, right? So when I see a soul that embody this, you have like so many gifts already. Typically, we're born with a one, and you were born with an entrepreneur soul gift archetype. That's actually where you're born on board. And because you work up the your third eye and your crown, you've worked all the other aura layers. That's why you're embodying more and more soul gifts. That's why I see more and more. And eventually, the process of enlightenment is literally embody your light.
Right.
Is you literally want all 7 layers of light on board. So you radiate white or golden. And that's what Jesus Christ and
Christ
Buddha,
consciousness.
exactly that, they did. So you are having like literally just like the red and the sacred, like the orange are just less, but it doesn't mean that it's like, just compared to the other ones, like
Yes.
ratio wise, right? So that's something that you're working on, I would say, right now.
That's crazy. Yes. Accurate.
Okay.
So spot on. And you can see all of this as
Oh,
you're
yes.
staring at me.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And thank you for allowing me to do that.
No, you're absolutely. I completely agree. You have to gain permission to access
Exactly.
someone's field, and I
Exactly.
love that you're so in integrity about that.
At the beginning, I wasn't, because I was nuts a little bit. So I tell people, I would jump out and tell, hey, you look green today. They're like, what are you talking about?
That's amazing.
When I just started, then I realized, okay, this gift is a responsibility.
Definitely.
It's not, now I'm like more control. I won't jump out at people's face.
It's a total responsibility. And,
Oh, yes.
And what you just said, the accuracy of what you just said. I have been a starseed, as you know, like you are as well.
Yes.
And we'll talk about this.
Yes.
Since I
love your book.
I know you do. Full out Pleiadian. We're going to talk about Pleiadians.
Okay.
But I struggled being here on this planet, right? Because I'm not
yes.
from here. Starseeds, in my view, struggle from an early age, not feeling like they belong, like they can't find their place on Earth because they're originally not from here. And I got so good and so clear for so long that I could go up, and I honed my crown chakra.
Yeah.
And I read about this in my book as well, that
Mm-hmm.
I used it as a form of escapism.
Yes.
And I was so fascinated by the third eye, and my throat chakra is very much online, and I lead from love.
Yes.
And my heart's chakra is online, but the lower chakras, the red and the orange,
Yeah.
I were completely dead. Like they thank you for seeing the color, because I think for a while they were actually like shut off and completely black.
Yeah, I would say that is much. I'm also a Akashic record reader, so I can see. And again, time is an illusion.
It is.
If people know this word, they know it's not linear. So when you mentioned that, yes, the red and the sacral was shut off, and now I can see they are actually vibrating a little bit more. Because I can tell you've been putting work to it.
To be in my body.
Exactly, to be in your body. And star beings all often feel like they don't belong. So it's really hard for them to ground and, basically fit in this 3D reality. A lot of my students and clients who had a lot of like a history or many lifetimes in the stars, some of them are labeled as ADHD, autism, like, I'm like, no, they're super tuning to the ET realm. Do you know that? Because I can see like the galactic is behind you. Like I also tune into the field and see who are your spirit guides. I do spirit message reading. So I'm literally relating the messages like based on the guides composition, everyone has a spirit team.
Yes.
Some people has more star beings. Some people has more ancestors. Some have ascended masters. Like some mostly angels. Depends on the ratio of how many star beings behind you. And I'm like, okay, so this soul has been in the galactics. Not only the Pleiadians, but like many, like I even see series. Lyra. Like I'm like, okay, so it's been a few, lifetimes. So that's why it's harder to ground.
Definitely.
So when people have red or sacral chakra, like I would say you are not a deficiency anymore. You just like you get them a little bit more online. Ayurveda, I find it. That's why you find plant medicine it's helpful because that's the grounding. Because you're getting more Mother Gaia's energy.
Right.
And also Ayurveda, like I personally follow a diet that also can be really helpful. So basically like anything physical, breath work, that's why you're drawn to it, because breath is the prana that's like open up your sacral in a way. So you've been doing the practice that you are supposed to be doing because you're very attuned. Like you have that self-awareness in you that what's going on.
Thank you. Thank you for being you. You are so coded. So many codes. The Akashic, Ayurveda, crystal, all the magic, feng shui. You brought it into aura. Like you wrote a book.
Yes.
about the aura color wheel that
Hmm.
you have created. This is your IP.
Yes.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the book. Let's talk about it's one thing to sit in your presence, which is such a gift and such a blessing. And I mean it. And I feel very privileged right now, to be honest. But you've written this book to help the masses
Yes.
so that they don't have to necessarily sit in Helen's presence, which you should. And we're going to talk about all the ways to work with you.
Hmm.
But walk us through the book, how people can use it as a guide, and why aura? Because you hear about Reiki and you hear about, plant medicine and juice cleansing. I mean, there's so
Yes.
many modalities
Right.
to heal and to know oneself. Why aura? And how can people self identify and work with your work?
Yes, definitely. I think that, no, I think, I know
Right.
that I've been doing this for many, many lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
So when people come to me, it's like, well, Helen's like spiritual jack of all trades. You does everything. Like what you doesn't do, right? And then I would say that, you know what? It's a soul remembrance. I just remember that I've been doing this work for many, many lifetimes. This is not my first time of doing it. I'm good at it. It's not because I do it. This is a new beat that I'm doing this. It's because I've been walking this path for so many lifetimes. Just like I pick up flamenco dancing because I remember my past life as a gypsy in southern Spain.
Wow.
So it's a soul remembrance. You just remember the gift, like writing a book or crystal healing or painting. So that way you can use your gift more synchronized or synthesized, let me put it that way, to put it together. And what I love, what horns down to the aura, I would say that it's because it's your soul's expression. And at a soul level, remember those three questions. Who are we? We are light.
Yes, we are.
That's it. We are light. And if we are light, we are composed with these 7 rays of light. That's the energy centers, right? That's us.
You think about like a true white beam of light and you shine it through a prism or a reflection, it turns into a rainbow. I mean,
Exactly.
white light is comprised of every single
Oh, I love
color.
that. That's what I say all the time. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So that's us. That's us at a soul level. Who are you? That's the answer. You are light. Why are we here? We're here to evolve.
Yes, we are. It's my favorite word in the dictionary.
Yep,
Evolve.
evolution.
Evolution.
Evolution. Soul evolution. My guy came to me. Yes, I created this color wheel, but also I would say it's a co-creation with my spirit team. And they channel this through me. And I remember one of the expert guy called Herbert Spencer actually told me that he's here to help me to write a book about soul evolution.
Wow.
He's the philosopher that had written a book or teach about society and psychology evolution based on Charles Darwin's human evolution. And he literally told me that I'm here to channel that. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And then the next subsequent, so how the view is coming about is the next subsequent meditation. I was at Theta State and I see the Dendera calendar on the Hathor temple in Egypt, like spinning on top on my third eye, like spinning. And there was the 36 original deacons, and that's the 36 spirits that represented the sky, like the Egyptian calendar. It's 360 days. That's how they calculate it. And it's not the 12 zodiac that's simplified. It's the 36. And that's the 36 soul aura color in this book. It
What?
coincides with the 36 soul aura color inside this book. And that's how it was channeled. And I'm like, okay, so I know this is wisdom. And then the next, actually 2 weeks, I was in a deep automatic writing or automatic drawing mode. I asked my husband to deal with the 3D stuff so that I can be as in it as much as possible. And I wrote down 20 questions. It's a quiz. But the 20-question quiz is completely channel because when I wrote down a bunch of numbers with dates and times, I have no idea what the heck it means. I thought I'm going nuts. I'm like, okay, it's you know those movies that you see some kids just drawing writing numbers. You think
Yes.
that they mentally have something wrong, right? I'm almost like on the edge of that. I'm like, okay, guys, like, are we done yet? I was channeling for hours. And then after I wrote them all down, it's still like it's handwritten. So after I wrote them all down, I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what it is, logically, what a bunch of this is. And I actually Google it. I either use image Google when I channel symbols, or when I channel words, I just put a bunch of text. Okay, what is this? Google. And then the guys were trying to figure out somebody's Chiron sign. And that's your soul wound, where
Right.
your wound lays. I did not know. And the time is so accurate. I mean, they are like, they use the sidereal calendar, not the Western calendar. They even know Vedic astrology. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the actual calendar. So that's the time that was written down.
Mm.
So when you ask how do people can use this book to, use on themselves, the first take the 20 question quiz, which is completely channel.
Wow.
I did not roll it myself. So once you take the quiz, you get 3 pieces of information. What are your soul gift archetype? Or you can be one, like Jess, you have 4 right now. So it's like super, like super evolved. So remember, it's a journey. There was no destination. There was not an end point. But we kind of know that the enlightenment is about having 7 lights of becoming white. So once you take the quiz, you understand your soul aura color. It composes like 3 pieces of information about your soul. Your soul gift archetype, that's what you're here to do in exchange with fulfillment and abundance.
Wow.
And then what your soul wound is, like blue aura layer used to be my wound, but now it's no longer a wound because you can evolve, right? So
Right.
now I am embodying the teacher soul gift archetype, require my blue aura to be on board, right? So that's your wound. And the third piece of information is your soul lessons. Now, lessons are less deep as the wound because they can be learned by breaking a pattern. It's like either mental pattern, ancestral pattern, or an emotional pattern that you kind of get stuck in a toxic relationship, for example, right? That type of thing. So you need to consciously, make a different choice. So it's like, wow, I think this is like golden information. If everybody knows what they are born here supposed to do, like me, don't waste all my childhood and go to PhD and not doing what, my soul is calling me. I was born an artist, soul gift archetype. I'm like, you're supposed, and it beats a lot of imposter syndrome also,
Sure.
knowing what you're here to do, right?
Right.
So that's pretty much like, that's the beginning of a deep self-knowing, journey of your soul gift archetype. And if you're a little bit more advanced practitioner like Jess, have already evolved quite a bit, I would highly recommend you to do some journaling. I have a guided journaling there. See how your soul has evolved. Like, now you might have multiple soul gift archetypes, since you were born. What I love about this system is that it's dynamic. It's like a little bit like the Enneagram. When you integrate, when your soul is integrated, you have that path to go up or you disintegrate, This one is even more. Like you can evolve to, it's almost like choose your own adventure game.
Huh.
So like if you heal this layer, you become a teacher. If you heal this particular layer or learn this particular lesson, you become a healer. So it's like, that's how dynamic this system is. So it's an ongoing soul evolution blueprint.
My mind is blown. Seriously, like my third eye just, wow. Because we're all so familiar with Enneagram and astrology and human design. I mean, I really believe that the true journey of one's human life is to know oneself. Right?
Yes.
When you know
Oh
oneself.
my gosh, I know why I'm in your podcast.
it's the true
That's
game we came here to play.
the opening of the book.
Stop.
I quote Lao Tzu saying, knowing others is wise, knowing yourself is enlightenment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It really, and those that commit to that journey
Yes.
within,
Yes.
which I think more and more people are today. I think we're living in a time in humanity's consciousness, which is so exciting to be here at this time, because I know I don't think we've just had like many lives. We have tens of thousands of lives.
Oh, yes.
And the universe is infinite, and we're here for 80, 90 years if we're lucky. It's a microcosm of drop in the bucket of time.
Yes.
And we come to Earth, it's school, because there's polarity here, to understand who we are.
Yes.
And to evolve our souls. And that's why I think so many of these tools are popping right now. The Enneagram and humanism, people like freak out over this stuff. And there's all sorts of different astrology, the Vedic, the Asterian, like whatnot. What you have brought into the world, what you have presented here with the aura color wheel is a complete different level. And I'm saying that from my heart. This is really the true pathway, I think, because it is all about the soul. We were
Yes.
talking about like sacred geometry before. You brought out your crystal that's in the shape of a diamond. So you're
Yes.
tuning into that. Everything is coded here. Everything is multidimensionally, like math systems, color, frequency, sound.
Yes.
And I'm a big proponent of all of those tools. They've changed my life to know that I was like a Leo sun, but a Cancer moon. Like everything made sense. When I
Yes.
was an Enneagram 4, I evolved to an Enneagram 7. Like all of this tracks, but this is groundbreaking. This is true thought leadership and new modality
Thank you.
to truly know oneself. Thank you for doing this work.
Thank you, my spirit team.
Yeah, you totally. You're just the vessel that they chose to come through and bring into the world. So everybody, I want everyone to go buy your book. I know exactly what it's like to channel a book,
Yes.
how much love and heart and soul goes into it. And
Yes.
it's so important to support authors, especially I think female authors that have missions and messages like you.
Totally agree.
Truly. Like so it's $25 on Amazon. Like go buy this book and support yourself. It's
Yeah.
it's this is absolutely one of a kind information. Speaking of light as information, I know when you walked in, you're like, I'm Pleiadian. I said, I'm Pleiadian. You read my book. We obviously connect on that level.
Yes.
I talk about that a lot in the podcast. It's something that obviously I'm very open about. I feel like when
Mhm.
I came out of the spiritual closet and shared with the world that I was Pleiadian, like everyone kind of like mic dropped and it called in a really aligned community
Yes.
that speaks this language. I'm interested to know, it's probably come throughout your own journey, but
Mhm.
how you connected to that part of yourself.
Oh, wow. Yes. I actually also talk a little bit about that in the book. Well, first of all, I'm really grateful or thankful for the souls who have walked before us
Yes.
and let us be so comfortably talking about it now.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an outcast that we talk about this anymore.
Right.
But it used to be. So I'm really grateful for the trailblazers who have already opened this path.
Me too.
And one of the deep meditation that actually let me wrote this book. I think it's called the Cosmic Origin Meditation.
Mm.
At the time, I did many versions of it. I think at the time when I was doing it, actually led by Rebecca Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just to remember your cosmic origin. And I love that I never enter into it with any expectation. That's how I enter every meditation. I have no attachment or expectation. But I have an intention. I
Right.
want to know who are my, so star families. That's interesting. That's just an interesting concept. So I went into it, meditate, and I still remember. I want to depict the vision. I still see it vividly today. It's a blue turquoise, like a turquoise blue, green blue vibrating planet. And all of a sudden I saw a crab during the meditation. It did not make any sense. Okay, it's a crab walking sideways.
Oh,
you,
wow.
you you know, on a really rocky planet. So of course I did not know what it meant, but because I'm a painter, so I always paint it out or draw it out what I see. At the time I did not decipher it, but that's what I see, and I'm always true. I always want to spill the bean without any filter. And of course, I did image Google. That's my guys, how I know the code. Right? I image Google it. I scan the painting. Okay, so what's this? And all of a sudden, an image shows up in on the screen, and it's typically the first Google search. I don't know why. That's how it comes to me. And it's the Crab Nebula. And Crab Nebula is a supernova explosion of a supernova that had exploded, located in the Taurus constellation in the Pleiadian, like in the star clusters. I'm like, wow, that was home. And as
Wow.
I'm talking about it, still have like all the goosebumps around me right now. And I started to cry. I don't even know why. I look at the computer screen, I cry. I'm like, wow, that was my home. Like before I came to Mother Earth. That's why, it exploded. So I dropped down to here, but first to Numeria. That was another story.
Yeah.
but like I was like, wow, I have like true, when you know, you have this truth chills full of your body,
Right.
goosebumps,
Always.
and I started to cry. That was also like an emotional reaction, and I kind of knew that okay. So that's when I began to research, who are the Pleiadians, what do they do, and then Barbara, her,
Marcignac. Yes,
yes,
she changed
the
my
dawn of light,
dawn.
like
The right.
the
Bringers of the dawn.
exactly the Buddhist, yeah.
At my
I
altar.
begin to, yeah, exactly. I begin to do all kinds of research of who they are, and of course, I my Kundalini awakening, being able to tune into the spirit realm, then I begin to see them. Before I wasn't, before I just know them, then I'm able to see them. Now I channel them. I'm like, wow, okay, this is my star home.
Wow, babe, that's amazing. That's a very similar story to me. Different
Wow.
but similar. Just quickly, I did a shamanic journey with a shaman, no medicine, just on a table. I wrote about this in the book.
Yes.
And I went to a place, it was a planet, and
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it was a visceral sense of home. I
Oh yeah, I
could go
remember
on and just
that
the
story.
description of I saw the planet and I came back into my body and I opened my eyes and the shaman reflected to me that I
You were seeing the same thing.
we
Now
were
I
saying
remember.
the same thing and she said you just went to your home planet, the Pleiadians. And I was like, what are the Pleiadians? And then I picked up Barbara Marciniak's books and I read
Oh,
all of
yours is
them and
yes.
every single word I it was like cellular memory.
Yes.
It was like I was coming back into
So
my DNA,
remembrance.
soul remembrance. This is everything I've always known without even knowing it, but knowing it in my body to be true. And it's just simply here and articulated on a page in a book.
Correct.
And it
Yes.
was from that moment on, it's my, and yours clearly, just truth. It's, it doesn't need to be defined or justified or explained. It's just truth.
Right.
And I love that you channel them and you can speak to them now. You see them.
Yeah. Now I see them. I'm just so grateful that,
Mm,
but that was really also my first time that I, get in touch with them. And they were showing to me that it's the schooling, like in the ET realm, like the ETs actually go to the place Pleiadian for schooling. So those are the teachers, the channeler, the creators, the authors, the artists,
yes.
all this stuff, like my paintings, they all channel through my third eye vision. So I paint through my third eye. So that's a gift
It is.
of the Pleiadians.
Pleiadians.
Exactly. So then I know, oh, that's my mission. That's what I'm here to do.
So if
Okay.
you're a creator, a leader, a teacher, an
Yeah,
artist,
listen
you're listening, you might
up.
be Palladian too. I
Yeah.
want to ask how people can work with you because you have, I mean, I'm so sure everyone listening is like, what, how do I get involved in her work? I mean, you have a handful of online programs, you have a certification program. Tell us how we can get into your world. What are you doing now
Yeah,
beyond the book?
definitely. Yes. Actually, if you purchase the book, it still have like 3 bonus gifts that
Right.
I had offer. People always love the feng shui birth element and gua number reading. It's personalized, so it's uniquely to you, and it's not AI. It's me writing the report.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really want to pay gratitude to souls who rise up and say yes to their own soul evolution. So that's my way of supporting them. So if you purchase the book, write down or go to helencreatesbeauty.com, fill out a form. You will have a personalized feng shui birth element and guan number reading. And there were 2 other ways. Actually, you will be able to join also a private Facebook group.
Beautiful.
I host monthly live Q&A and spirit message reading in there
Wow.
for your ongoing soul evolution journey. So you just not only have the book, you have me to support the journey all along with a group of like-minded souls. And right now in the group, it's funny, it's 111. We have 111 members in the group. I'm like, wow, that's
Perfect.
yeah, exactly. Thank you, Archangel Michael. But anyway, so that's the gift you're gonna get for $20. But if you want to work with me deeper, I have a free masterclass on my website. You can sign up, to get deeper into my teaching, as well as a few online courses that you can sign up. And you always get me. I always in a private Facebook group doing monthly Q&As. But I have a really big annual event that's coming up. In the past, it's like provide a lot of transformation for souls who soul up. So I would love to invite you to attend my Ignite Your Light. It's a 2-hour online sacred journey on October 4th, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Pacific
Couple
time.
days from now.
Yeah, just right. So sign up is free, 2 hour. I would say it's energy transmission. So I'm not only teaching you deeper into the system, but also I actually work with a musician, a composer,
Wow.
to compose original solfeggio frequency music that we are going to do a chakra dance together. I want to activate your soul remembrance, to remember in your body and in a cellular level that what the heck your soul is here to do.
Wow.
So in that 2-hour live transmission, it will if you participate live, I will also select audience that I will read do spirit message reading for them. So you get immediately download of what your guys wanted you to do right now. So that's my upcoming, biggest annual event.
Let's go. Everyone jump into that. That's incredible.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for you. You have a beautiful model, beautiful business. And it's the best feeling and true purpose why we're
Yes.
here to really take our gifts and
Right.
to be of service
Yes.
with them in our own unique way. We were talking about this before we started recording. You and I do very different things, but we have the same mission.
Yes.
You know, we've come here to seed more light and love under the planet, full stop.
Oh, totally.
And your work is so one of a kind. And I'm going to leave a link to all of the things in the show notes so that people can go get the book, sign up for the masterclass. It's coming up in a few days from now. So I cannot wait to see who jumps in.
Thank you.
Yeah. I could talk to you all day. Literally, can we more, please?
Yes.
Can I hire
yes.
you? Can you do more of my reading?
I want you to live next to me. I'm not joking. And I come back. Hey, we want a cup of tea.
This is the first of many, Helen. This is the first of many.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask every guest my quick fire questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm I already know the answer to one of them. It's so silly that I asked it. But anyway, I'll just tell you. One of them is, do you believe in aliens? And we already covered that. So
Of course, I'm one.
I am an alien. You're looking at one.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Okay.
Uh,
What has been your favorite business book and spiritual book?
Can I say your book?
Yes, you can. No, not everybody says my book, but I did write a spiritual book. Thank you.
Yeah. I think yours are both spiritual and business. I actually read both of them. B it's right there.
Yeah.
And the light work, both of them. Because it's the feminine way. That's also why I joined FFBS, okay? The Feminine Frequency Business School. Because that's how I want to manifest wealth.
Yep, that's
It's
right.
a very different than the I used to get a lot of burnout because of the patriarchy way of
Yes.
grinding and chasing. And what I love about your book, you talk about the feminine frequency of manifestation. That's what I like. Oh, I get to actually, enjoy my day,
Yep.
living luxury. But at the same time, hey, by the way, manifest $1 million business. I'm like, I want that.
It's true. It's real.
It's
possible.
true. Yeah. I know that you and a lot of sisters inside the school already living this reality. So we are walking, walking this path. So I personally definitely believe that's true. There were also other like spiritual wise. I like to read the classics. Apnipansha. It's one of the traditional Indian texts that had given me a lot of wisdom, in the past when I just begin my spiritual journey. But in terms of business books, it's definitely the Simply Be give me the clarity and also the light work. Although it's about, spiritually how to work your life, but at the same time, isn't that the alignment that we all seek?
Yes.
So that we can manifest a business so uniquely, like my business is completely on its own animal, right? High and spirituality and color. That's totally fine because that's completely you because you are in that alignment.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say that light work is just a spiritual work book, but also a manifestation book.
Thank you. Oh, you got it. You got the codes. Thank you for receiving them so clearly.
Yes.
And thank you for being a part of FFBS. It's such a special community.
Yes.
Nothing quite like it.
Yeah.
And it's because of women like you that make it. I just wanted to say that. Okay, my next question for you is,
Mhm.
I'm so curious to know your answer to this because you work with so many guides and ascended masters of galactic. Do you
Yes.
have a particular one that is the most resonant, that you work with the most, that is most present for you? A deity, an angel, an ancestor, a ascended master, a galactic being?
Yes. I have two. I would say
Okay.
a pair. It's my personal guardian angel and archangel Haniel. So those two, they are with me since I was born. When I first tune in to the spirit realm, those are the ones that I see. And Archangel Haniel is actually the angel of intuition,
Mm.
moon, and the third eye. And she is silvery blue. And it's funny because that was my favorite color when I was a kid. Because normally girls like pink, right? And I hated Hello Kitty. I know Hello Kitty fans. Sorry, no offense. I just don't like pink. I love silver blue and very particular shade of blue. And now I knew because Archangel Haniel was there with me all the time.
Wow.
She was here to literally heal my blue wound, like aura wound. Same with my personal guardian angel. And typically, your guardian angels work with archangel like in pairs. Now, he is a little bit more towards the masculine side, and Archangel Haniel is the moon goddess, more of the feminine side. And I channel his name because I keep asking, I know you are here, but I don't know, how can I call you? I keep asking his name. I actually written that in my book. And I channel a Chinese character because that's the original, language I wrote. And it meant feather. So in English, it meant feather. So feather is like the feather that you receive. It's like an angel. That's He's right here with us.
That's right.
On the mic. Oh my god. That's it. That's his name. That's how I call him. So those two, I work with them daily or all the time.
Wow. Wow. Final question for you, Helen.
Yep.
What does it mean to you to be a co-creator of the new earth?
Oh my gosh. This is such a great question. I find big responsibility on that.
Yep.
Same thing. Yeah. It's because it's a mission beyond your personal ego or, your even just this. I would say that it's a ripple effect. Okay. So it begins with us, each one of us. So we have to be able to stand out and share our light authentically, you know, no apology, 1,000%. That's why you're wearing who you are, and I'm wearing who I am
Yes.
today. Like we need to show up to the world that it's completely okay to just be ourselves. And then we attract and we let others to feel comfortable, to to be okay, to shine their own light too. I would say like shine your light,
Mm.
and even if only like 5 people in your field can feel it and they feel like they are fine to shine their light too, those 5 people will have another 5 more people and it multiplies and then it becomes 25. It becomes 225. And that's why I said it in my bio that it's my mission to raise the consciousness, awaken people's life for 1 million souls. But it's not by I need to talk to 1 million souls, but by showing up, just being yourself in your light, and then more light will ripple and it becomes more and more and more and more. And oh my gosh, I have this vision. I need to share it. It's like we're all floating a globe of light bulbs, like we're all floating in a circle around Mother Earth, and we really light up the world. We really light up planet Earth. That's what I envision.
And you're creating that reality.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for hosting this to provide a space for me to speak my truth.
It's a beautiful truth, and it's needed in the world. And I'm so honored. Honestly, the word is honored to be in your presence. And I know my audience is feeling that ripple. Let's go co-create this new earth together, Helen. We're here for the same
Thank
fucking
you,
reason.
Jess.
Let's go.
Yes.
Thank
I
you, sister.
resonated so much.
So
Thank
deeply.
you.
Thank you.